Hey guys, so today we're going to be showing you around the Fusion workspace and just showing you the very basic principles so you have an idea where to begin. So the first thing I'm going to show you, so if you want to go to the top left corner and click on Show Data Panel, it'll show you this. So this is your home page where all the projects and the experiments that you've done will be. So to create a new project, you just click this button. You can rename it. I'm just going to call it New Project for now. And then you can go in there, so whenever you create a new file, you can put that in there. So let's say that you want to go into one of these projects. So I'm just going to pick a random one. Let's go to my first project. This is where I have a lot of my random files. So within this, you can see that there are a lot of Fusion files that I've already created. To open any of these files, just double click and it will open up here. Also notice here that the different files have v1, v3, etc. These refer to the versions. So every time you save a file, it will update versions. And you can also see the previous versions of this file. So as you can see here, these are updating as we go. If you ever have made a mistake and you want to have one of your previous versions restored, you just go to this button right here. It's called Promote, and it'll promote that to the top version. Within projects, you can also create folders if you have multiple files to be grouped together. Then to get back to your projects, just click on that and back to the home page. Then click the X right there to close the data panel and get back to this. So this is your main workspace right here. You'll learn about these more in multiple videos, but there are two main places that we're going to be working in. There's the sketch workspace and then the 3D workspace that we're in right here. So I'm going to show you around those just very quickly. First, to get into the sketch workspace, click Create Sketch. Then it'll ask you to choose an axis. If you've noticed here, there are X, Y, and Z axes that you can click on. I'm just going to click on a random one. And now this will be where I am sketching. You can see if you look at the cube in the top right corner that you can see I am on the top, so that's where I'll be sketching. The first menu here is the Create menu, and this is where you create 2D shapes in the sketch workspace. For example, let's say I want to create a rectangle. Just go to Rectangle right here. Perfect. Not going to show you very much about these tools right now because you can see those in later videos. The Modify menu will create modifications to shapes you've already created. For example, an offset, you can create another line that is a certain distance away. The Constraints menu here helps with construction by fixing angles, length, etc. For example, if you have two lines that you want it to be parallel, you can use this tool to make sure that happens. The Inspect and Insert workspaces we're likely not going to be using very often, except if we want to insert an image to trace. These two workspaces are generally used for more complex modeling. To finish the sketch, click the Finish Sketch in the top right corner, and it will bring you back to the 3D modeling workspace. Now that we're here, I'm going to show you how to make a 3D shape. The way you do this is you go to the Create menu, and there's two main ways that you can create a shape. First, you can use a sketch and use one of these tools, extrude, revolve, sweep, etc., to create a 3D shape from your 2D sketch. The second way is you can use a tool such as the sphere to just make a 3D shape in this environment. So just to keep it simple, I'm just going to use the extrude tool on here. We will show you how to do this in later videos, just to make a rectangle. The Modify menu, right here, is used to make changes to shapes that already exist. For example, the Fillet tool right here can be used to curve edges to make it look nicer. The Assemble menu, right here, is used to show interactions between two or more objects. This brings us to an important distinction within this workspace. There are two main types of objects, bodies and components. We will be mostly working with bodies, such as this, but when you're using the Assemble workspace, you'll be working likely with components. The main difference between bodies and components are that components are finished products of what you're trying to create. Bodies are unable to move. You can see I cannot drag this as I'm trying to, whereas components can, and components can also be used in joints in the Assemble menu. The Construct menu right here is used to create planes, axes, and points that can be used to help you make objects that you want to. The final thing I'll be showing you is the timeline at the bottom. So this shows every change that you've made to this file. This is also very helpful because you can edit things you have done. For example, if you do Control-click and Edit Feature, you get back to the menu that you're on originally. Say you want to change the fillet from 0.5 centimeters to 0.3, you can do that, press OK, and the changes will be made. That's all for today. I hope this gave you a good introduction to the Fusion 360 workspace.